Hello guys, welcome. My name is Max Manganello and thank you for watching a quick chat with Max. Today we got a great guest. As you can see, the name already rolling down the bottom. You saw some posts. I put posts everywhere actually today. I put on in TikTok as well, which I have no idea how these things work. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you are watching me through Facebook, thank you again. Click the like buttons here so I can see who you are, and makes me very, very happy. If you are watching me through YouTube, fantastic. Click the subscribe button so you can receive some alerts from me for future live chats and future videos, which I will upload a few videos next week. So guys, I guess you know who I have as a guest. Is a lovely chap. But before introducing our guest, I want to show you a little clip so you know exactly who he is.
So Brother Graham, faster by about 600 St. Martin that training run. The sixth fastest of the train. As he says, I've got the confidence. I know I can beat them. Can I do it? This we'll find out. He won't have known what's happened to his brother. 1.11 down. Could be a good run for Graham. He hasn't produced any this season. The best run of his career was a 10th in Loic about a long time ago. This is where he nearly sat in the training. He's better today. 2:00:12. He won't beat that, but Graham Bell is running very well here. On the Zielshuis at Kitzbühel. Yes, 12th. Very, very good. The third best result of his career. 12th for Graham Bell.
Here it is. Ciao, Graham. Welcome. Welcome. What a I'm okay. Thank you very much. What a lovely thing. That was Kitzbühel.
Yeah, that was Mohammed Carbon Kitzbühel back in 1994. It seems like a long time ago now. Team placing come.
How are you, Graham? Anyway, how are you?
I'm good. Yeah, and just it's a shame that our winter season got cut short. But generally in May, I don't really do too much anyway. So this May has been, very, very calm, and we've all stayed healthy. Well, I think we all had the bug, but recovered from it pretty quickly. And just been kind of waiting to get going again with doing the job and getting out there. But this summer, there was a lot planned this summer. I was going to be going to Tokyo for the Olympic Games, commentate, and that's now been postponed for a year. And so, basically, I'm just waiting to kind of start up again. But the plus side is that the weather's fantastic, and I'm getting out on my bike and running. Live right next to the Thames, so just down the street, and either canoeing or swimming, or there's a lot of stuff going on in town.
So you're not gardening, or you're not doing like what I'm doing now. I do painted the fence. I created benches with pallets. Honestly,
no, we've got a couple of little projects on. I'm making a barbecue, because I had this oil drum barbecue that I bought, I don't know, about 8 years ago, and it's brilliant. But it's rusted. It rusted up over the winter. So I've bought an oil drum, and I've got a mate who's got a welding kit, and we're going to cut the oil drum in half, and we're just going to basically make a barbecue out of this oil drum, because I know how to make it, having seen the original. So we're just copying the original so there's a bit of welding going on. Just so various kind of crazy things. I'm learning Japanese. So I do like an hour of Japanese every day. We're having a competition to see who can ollie the best on a skateboard, because I've not stood on a skateboard since I was in my teens. But my mate Ben has decided that he wants to learn to skateboard in his 40s, and so we're having an ollie contest. And basically right now is at the level of who can actually leave the ground.
Exactly.
and that's how bad we are right now. But hopefully we'll improve. So we'll see by the end of June. Hopefully we might be at a stage where we can actually jump over things.
Exactly. I'm happy to hear everyone is okay and brilliant. Guys, if you're watching right now through Facebook, via YouTube, if you want to send some questions to Graham, or if you just say hi to Graham or to me, please do type the message. As I said, both on Facebook and YouTube, the message will reach me and I will publish them. So, okay, Graham is here, I'm here, so that's it, let's do it. Now, Graham, I don't know if you know the format about this, a quick chat with Max, what was going on during this 30 minutes-ish. During this friendly conversation, I will throw at you some photos taken from your profiles, from Instagram, from Facebook's profiles, and we will see what's going on. So you can tell me a few stories around these photos. Let's start before showing the photos. Let's see how we know each other, me and you, Graham. The first time I saw you, strange enough, was in my hometown in Aosta Valley. It was in Gressoney.
Mm-hmm.
I met you in Gressoney, and with me there was also a girl you met before me. Was with Vogue from Gladiators, Suzanne Cox.
Yes,
exactly. Which I interviewed her two weeks ago, actually, Suzanne, and we were talking about you actually. And I think I've got a photo of you during the off-piste competition in Gressoney. That's it. The Monte Rosa ski rider in Gressoney La Trinité. Then I remember the story about these things. You didn't know the area very well. Was one of the first time in Gressoney, I guess. I think it was the first time.
I think we've been there earlier in the season, and the reason why we've been there is we were filming with Carlo Cugneto.
Yep.
Yeah, and we'd done some filming there, and he'd told me, "Oh, you need to come back in the spring and do the Monte Rosa ski rider." It's kind of like the the Derby de la Meige. That was how it was kind of and it. So it's like mass start, off piste, and so basically didn't really know where I was going too much.
Nobody knew actually. But saying that, I lived there for a long time. But you didn't know the area, so you tried the area. You tried the runs, 2 different runs. Anyway, 300 skiers. My position was 120 something. You, Mr. Bell, fourth.
Yeah, I know. Not bad. Just missed the podium. But it's my first off-piste Chinese downhill.
And you left the night of the ceremony. You left quite early. Actually, you were not there the evening of the ceremony when we had the ceremony.
I was with my family, and then we had to go somewhere else. I can't remember where we were going.
Because you won the skis.
I did, yeah.
You won the skis. We tried to grab them for you, but I
don't really need a pair of skis. I'm very, very lucky in that. I think the last time I had to actually buy a pair of skis was maybe when I was kind of 14 years old. So I'm very lucky in that respect.
You are. Brilliant. But that was the link. So we met in Gressoney. Actually, I still got it. I still got the
Monte Rosa ski rider.
That was the first edition, actually.
Yeah. And
then we did, I think, 4 or 5 more, and I did all of them. And every time we had a different run because the weather was bad. Every time the weather was bad. So
I remember the one that I did. They were supposed to do a descent down from the top down to Gressoney, and then there was supposed to be a descent down to Alanya, but that one didn't happen. The Alanya descent didn't happen. So I think it was 2 runs down the same kind of track, from what I remember.
True. Exactly. The same track twice. You're right.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. They saved the day. So we had a good time. Brilliant. And then we met during the few years later, we met again because we had during those days the same agencies for commercials.
Yeah.
And I met you during an audition, actually, which I almost had for nicotine. I remember we were discussing already the arrangements to go to Cervinia, to do this, to do that. I was walking out and you walked in. And you had the job.
Yeah.
No, you didn't steal the job from me. The job was yours for sure. Yeah. So
Nicorette. Yeah.
So,
he wasn't nicotine, actually. Yeah.
Nicorette. You're right. Nicorette.
Yeah. There's patches. The patches.
That's right. And after that, I haven't seen you since. No, I know you are going quite often to Birmingham to the snow show. What is it called? The Daily Mail snow show. I don't know.
Yeah, the ski shows. Yeah, so the ski shows. There used to be a show in Manchester. There was a show in Birmingham. There was a show in London, and the Telegraph have just pulled out of the London show, so that won't happen in Battersea Park next autumn. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm hoping that there's going to be a kind of alternative, some kind of ski show, because I think we need something that's going to kind of get things back up.
Exactly. Especially now, we are also pumped. We want to go skiing now.
So I think maybe around Hemel Hempstead at the snow centre at Hemel. That's what I've heard. There's a possibility of a ski show happening in the autumn. Around Hemel, but it's difficult times, very difficult times for the ski industry.
It is. This year was a great season. I was chatting with guys from gressoney, guys from France. It was a perfect season. It was great.
There's a good snow around, that's for sure.
And
shame I ended so early.
I know. That was bad. But now, Graham, we are going back. We are going back. I think I've never been so back, to be honest with you. Tell me about it.
What the hell did you get at?
Is it you?
That's me. Yeah.
That's cool. That's very, very good. So look at a little thing. Because you were born, I was reading a few info about you, Graham. You were born in Cyprus.
Yeah, my dad was in the Air Force. So there's an Air Force base in Akrotiri, and that's where both Martin and I was born. And I was only there for a year or so before we moved back to the UK. And I did actually look into getting a Cypriot passport, but I was born on a British military base, so it actually counts as kind of British territory.
British land.
So I can't get the Cypriot passport and stay European or stay part of the EU because we're still Europe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because you moved from Cyprus, you went to Edinburgh, and then you moved to Yorkshire.
Yeah. So basically, I learned to ski in Scotland. So in Edinburgh, there's quite a big scene in Edinburgh. There certainly was at the time, and there still is. Based around Hill End, it's the biggest dry slope in the country, and then driving up to Aviemore. We used to park a caravan at Lochmorlich caravan site and leave it there all winter, and just drive up on the Friday evening, and then defrost the caravan, stay there Friday night, Saturday night, ski over the weekend, maybe do some race training, and then drive back down and school again on Monday morning. And that was kind of the weekends over the winter. And then over the Christmas holidays, we would go abroad training with the Kandahar Ski Club. So we kind of had like Kandahar Ski Club, Scottish Ski Club, and the Lothian region, Hill End, basically. And they were all kind of part of our training, all of our training group, if you like, when we were from about kind of 8 or 9 through until kind of 14, 15, when we started to get onto selected teams.
Exactly. And now I've got a photo of you and your brother. Look at those skis.
My hair is almost back to that now. Yeah, I'm working on the long hair. It's the lockdown hair.
Look at that. Look at those skis. That was great.
Yeah. Those are GS skis as well. I mean, those weren't like downhill skis. I think that's because they got GS tips on. So those would have been 210 GS skis. The downhills were even longer.
God, yeah, unbelievable. And that was when? Was 19? Do you remember?
Was a Drambuie jacket. So Drambuie came in as a sponsor, I think, in 87.
87.
So it would have been 87 going into the 88 season. Because we were at that time when you could have alcohol as sponsorships. We went as a British team. We went through Remy Martin, very nice. Then we went on to Gordon's Gin, Bell's Whiskey, and then Drambuie. And then Drambuie is the one that kind of stuck, and they supported British skiing for quite a few years. And they actually came back in to support Alan Baxter.
Really?
A few years later. So Drambuie were his, but it was harder when they were supporting Alan, because at that stage you couldn't have. But there was something that they had. There was some other business that they had that they used to sponsor Alan through.
That's cool. I've got some questions coming in already. Rebecca, hi Max, hi Graham. Graham, what do you like most about skiing, and what do you like most about TV presenting? Ooh.
What do I like most about skiing? Probably the freedom of it. That was the thing that really hooked me when I was a kid. The ability to just go off and just decide, choose your own line, whether it's on the piste, whether you're off piste, you can go and do what you want to do. And, when I was a kid growing up in Scotland, we could just disappear off on the mountain and have fun and go where we wanted to go. And that freedom is something that's still, that's the thing that really kind of resonates with me still. Also, obviously a little bit of adrenaline as well thrown into that, because, you can go and do scary things and push yourself. What do I like most about TV presenting? I think the ability with TV presenting, and certainly what I do and the job that I have, is I can get really close to the action, and not have to still do it. I'm not in a state where I can possibly ever compete anymore, but I'm right there, and it's the kind of the best seat in the house for for top sporting events. So that's, for me, is the best thing for me for television.
I can add probably something else for you, Graham, because Rebecca, thank you very much for your question. Thank you, Rebecca. But also, I got a photo here when you were helping for the jump, the show, The Jump. And I saw a photo, poor you, Graham, you were suffering. You were in such a trouble that I don't know how you did it. So, poor thing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So, Rebecca, that's the beauty to be a presenter as well. But,
that was a good laugh. There was 4 years of crazy, big budget TV, really, compared to what I'm used to. I think on Ski Sunday, compared to the Jump had as many people in wardrobe, hair, and makeup as Ski Sunday have in their entire production team.
I can imagine.
That was the difference. It was just, it was madness, absolute madness.
But that was a great show. Actually, I was chatting with Warren Smith last week, and we were chatting about the show. I really enjoyed it. Even my wife is not a skier, and she enjoyed it. It was a quite pleasant show to watch, even if you're not a ski lover. So, fingers crossed, guys.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good show, and it kind of really got winter sports out there, and it got the kind of the idea of of pushing yourself and scaring yourself a little bit. That's what winter sports is renowned for. And there's nothing quite like it. But some of the celebrities were great. Others, they struggled, but it was all just the stories of how they came through.
I know. So, ski with Max, fantastic ski week with Max. Okay, this is one guy. Ed came with me skiing, and a few years ago, take Graham to Gressoney. No, Graham came to Gressoney a few times. Knows the area quite well, actually. Honestly, no. Thank you, Ed. Thank you.
The last time I was in that region, I was actually staying in Alanya, and I did some heli skiing.
You're right. I was reading about it. Exactly. Yeah. You were doing, actually, let's see what Wikipedia says. Great. I'll go Wikipedia. You were doing like you did a competition before the Royal Logistic Corps Alpine Ski Championship a few days before.
Yeah.
And then you went straight to Alanya to do the heli ski.
Yes, with James Orr.
Exactly.
So that's the last time I skied in that region. But we've stayed in Champoluc. And skied over, and then we've stayed in Gressoney. So I pretty much stayed in the whole of the three villages connected to that region. But I think Gressoney is the nicest.
Are you aware about the new lift? There is a new lift probably from Champoluc to Cervinia. They're talking about.
That
would be amazing, Graham. That would be Zermatt, Cervinia, Champoluc, Gressoney, Alagna. Would be the biggest. One of the biggest.
When I was in Champoluc, was staying at the Hotel Castor with Herman. I don't know if you know.
Oh, and Herman. I had Herman 3 weeks ago, actually, as a guest.
Well, there we go. So I was staying there, and I think I was staying with the family, and Lottie was, I don't know, around about 11, 12 years old, and Herman had booked, there we go, about that age.
Lottie
doesn't look like that anymore.
No, Lottie is
like that anymore. So we got a heli drop up on the Monte-Rosa, and then we skied down into Zermatt. Not all the way to Zermatt, but down to the what's the town called, the Little Fury or something like that. And then we got a climber's lift, so a single ticket back to the top of the Kleine Matterhorn, and then skied from there through the top of Cervinia and then down into Gressoney.
Beautiful.
And finished up in Gressoney. And it was a long, long day. For Lottie, it was a long day. And when we finished at the end of the day, it must have been about 5 or 6 o'clock. It was getting dark. And we stopped and we had a beer. And Lottie goes, and she was like 12 years old. She goes, "Have I deserved a beer?" I was like, "Yeah, you deserved a beer. You can have a beer."
Oh, good Lottie, good Lottie. Oh, it's a long trip. Gee, even for a normal guy, it would be a challenging trip. Beautiful, but challenging trip.
Yeah.
Now, I got another photo when you in black and white. Actually, you were very young here. Great. There was an award for you. I don't know.
That's in Hill End. That's at Hill End in the clubhouse in Hill End. I must have been, I don't know, 14. And so the guy presenting the prize is what's his name? Terry from what's his surname? From Terry and June, and he was also in the Carry On films. He was in Carry On Camping.
Let's see. Terry, I check for you.
Carry On Camping. He was in Carry On Up the Khyber. I can't remember his surname off the top of my head.
No.
Yeah.
Carry on. Let's see if we got something. It will come up shortly, probably.
Yeah.
Now is not. But Terry Scott? No.
Terry Scott, that's it. Terry Scott.
Terry Scott. Yeah. That's it. Owen John Terry Scott. That's a great internet. Fantastic. So let's see. Here we go. Ed says Scott. He knew Ed. Thank you, Ed. Too late. Not too late for me to check. Now, let's see what I've got for you, Graham. I've got some photos. Now, this show, another show you made for BBC, High Altitude.
Yeah, that was honestly one of the best times we had in making television. It really was. We were very, very lucky to get to make that show. And it kind of came about with Ed joining the Ski Sunday team. And he basically got involved in 2006 at the Winter Olympic Games in SCHNELLER, the Turin Games. And we'd filmed something, just I think the morning of one of the races, we'd gone up and filmed some powder skiing. And just the two of us, like I was filming him and then he filmed me, and we gave it to one of the VT editors. They cut it together and they just showed this kind of 30 seconds of us just messing about kind of prior to the race in the morning. And the controller of BBC Two at the time. I think Hazel Irvine was leaving Ski Sunday, and they were looking for a new presenter to come in. And they decided, right, okay, it would really work with me and Ed working together. And so then they put more money into Ski Sunday. They did a season of Ski Sunday being extended to an hour long. And we had a whole lot of other ideas. We had this celebrity ski race. And we did, Ed would do some trips around, snowboarding around the world. And then they took it and they said, okay, what we're going to do for the following season is we're going to split it off and we're going to do all the kind of action stuff. And we're going to call it high altitude. And then we're going to have Ski Sunday will run in its normal slot. And, it was honestly, it was like, right, okay, what ideas have we got? What crazy things do we want to do? Ed decides he wants to go on a bobskeleton. And we did a show, because each show had a different kind of idea behind it. Yeah. And this one was speed. So Ed wanted to do a skeleton run. So he went up with Christian Bromley, and Christian Bromley taught him to slide. Yeah. And he did a skeleton run from the top of the track at Eagles. He didn't sprint at the start, but he was at the very, very top. And he ran it 3 times with a camera. And then I went to Vars, to the World's Speed Ski Championships. Exactly. I did speed skiing. And so Ed did something like 95 miles an hour on a skeleton, and I did 121 miles an hour on the skis. And it was the footage that they used from Ed doing the skeleton run, that's the production company that pitched for the jump. That's how they got the jump. It was one of the things that helped them get the jump commissioned. Was Ed's POV skeleton run, because he was just like, it was the fact that they had the camera right here. And you could see his eyes, and you could see him go, "Oh, big done 10," like this. And that was one of the reasons that helped them get the jump commissioned.
Brilliant.
But it was honestly, high altitude was just, it was hard work, but it was kind of, we were making it. We were having ideas on the fly and thinking, okay, well, this will work. Let's do something crazy. Let's try and ice climb up the toe of a glacier out of a canoe. Yeah. And that didn't work so well because we both fell in the water. But that was it. We just kind of.
That was good television. Good television. So that's great. No, I really enjoy it. And Ed seems, I don't know, I haven't met him, but seems a very nice guy. Even is a snowboarder. Yeah. We can
even a snowboarder. He's very cool to work with. Yeah.
But seems a very nice guy, Ed. Cool. Talk about speed. I mean, you went to Vars, and 3 weeks ago, I had Simone Origone as a guest.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
12 times world champion in... His brother had the record now, not him. Yeah. His brother, the younger brother, had the record. Ivan, yeah. But still,
they're both incredible. They're both incredible guys, and they have a really, I learned a little bit more about speed skiing going and watching them, and because I was going as a forerunner down the track in Vars, which is where they've now got the records from, and this is incredible. It's 50 something degrees at the top. And just even sitting in the piece machine that's winching up, the piece machine can't get to the very top, but it's going up at 45 degrees with this winch wire on it, and it's scary as anything, just being in the piece machine preparing the track.
I can imagine.
But they've got a really, their ability, their mental ability is incredible. Their physique is perfect for speed skiing, because they can fold themselves down and they get perfectly flat back, and they're just perfect aerodynamic position. But they've still got to be able to let the skis wash and let the skis run, which is the really scary thing at that kind of speed, to put your skis flat.
You, Mr. Graham, you got a Guinness World Record. I don't know if it's still there, this Guinness World Record. I know. Now this picture doesn't tell what, but the next one, probably this one.
Yeah. So,
how does this happen?
So I basically, I don't know, I was kind of toying with the idea. I'd seen I don't know if you know of Wing or Jetman. There's a Swiss guy called Yves Rosset who he used to fly around the Swiss Alps, and then he did this deal with Dubai, and he's moved out to Dubai, and he has flown around the Burj, and he's flown next to what was it, a Boeing coming in. There's two of them flying next to the wingtips as they flew into Dubai airport. So I got the idea from him. I thought, right, well, he can go like 200 miles an hour through the air with his jetpack. Could you do a jetpack version of skiing? And I pitched it to Jaguar because they were working with Yves Rosset, and the idea was that we would tow up to speed. And we never really got round to building the jetpack because it was too expensive. But what we did do on the way was break the towed speed skiing world record. And in fact, I've got the actually it's right here.
21 miles, was there? 121 miles, something like that.
It's 189.07 kilometers an hour.
I put you full screen. Listen.
There we go.
Really? Oh, that's great.
So yeah, that's on my wall.
Well, honestly, I will kill for that. I won't want to do it. Beautiful. Well done, Graham. Well done. Well done. Here we go. Guinness World Record holder. It's still yours.
It's still there. It's still there. Yeah, Jamie Barrow was trying to beat it last year on a snowboard. But that's, yeah, I mean, a snowboard would be really scary because if you catch an edge at that speed,
oh, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, you're gonna really fall off badly. So, yeah, on skis, yeah, it's safe enough because you don't need to run a flat ski. You can always have them on your inside edges because you just get the car to drive faster. Or get a car.
Bloody hell. That was good. Honestly, it was a surprise when I saw that. What the hell is that? And beautiful. Well done. But also, you like your triathlon. Okay, triathlon is Italian. Triathlon. So yeah. You do. I saw some photos of you running, swimming. I'll go this one swimming. Why?
Yeah, that's near home. That's the Flower Pot, the pub.
That's a great pub.
Yeah, down at Aston. Yeah, no. So I river swim. I was swimming yesterday in the river.
Did you?
I bet. It's warm. You don't need a wetsuit anymore.
No, exactly.
It's warmed up so much, and yeah, there's lots of people out river swimming. Yeah, so that's the top of the Mont Ventoux.
Yeah, you are not in UK for sure, yeah.
Yeah, that's Mont Ventoux. Yeah, that desert. Yeah, that's a bridge.
I can imagine. And also with your bike, I can see you were using your bike, but like every alpine guy, we did this, but it's scary. So we all did. We all crashed. But,
yeah. That was when the Tour de France was coming through, and they were coming through Les Saisies, and Les Saisies had basically saved the snow. They'd saved snow from the winter by putting wood chips over it, like a big pile with wood chips and sand, and then they cleared that off, and then they put it down on this beginner's run, and they had people skiing down this strip of snow as the Tour de France went over. I went over the points, and it looked really cool from the helicopter shot. It looked really good. I
can imagine. Great idea. That's good. It's very, very cool. But I saw your dots. I just called the jersey you had. It's quite French.
The polka dots. Yeah. So that was with the ESF. So I was riding with an ESF team, and we were riding just ahead of the tour. So just ahead of the caravan that comes through. And we went down from Les Saisies and we climbed up near to Saint-Gervais, and I was struggling. I wasn't fit enough. I had the hand of God on the side of the car. When the car drives up next to you and they've got the window open, and you put one hand on the middle of your handlebars and the other hand you just hold onto the car. taking water. Like, no. Just hold on to the car for a bit.
Just go. Bloody hell. But during the quarantine, Mr. Bell had he wanted, and I don't know, you were probably you want to ski, you wanted to go out and ski. Of course, you were stuck, but you had a brilliant idea. I show you this video now to ski at home.
Yeah.
Welcome everybody to the 80th running of the infamous House and Calm. It's the toughest course on the tour. Let's go have a look at it. Out of the start, immediately setting up for the drop out of the attic. They call this the Mauserfaller. It's a 2.5 meter drop onto a completely flat landing, round the carousel and down the Steilhang. This is the steepest, most technical part of the course. You don't want to fly out through that window. Out onto a little flat, and then you're straight onto the outer Schneiser. This red sofa, really difficult to hold an edge through there. Onto the brown sofa, the Seidelalm. Great place to watch this spectator. So a little bit close to the action though.
Oh, bloody hell!
Approaching the fastest part of the course now. This is the Hausberg. A couple of tight turns set you up. And then straight down towards the finish and across the line. And the crowd go absolutely wild. Over to the commentary team. Let's get this race underway.
Probably you have more risk in that than in Kitzbühel. Probably you had more. Bloody hell, that was beautiful. Yeah. That was lots of effort in it.
There was a lot of crashing about.
Geez.
Yeah. And I've not just got to replace all the paint chippings that I've taken off the skirting board all the way down the stairs.
Exactly. I saw you going bam, all over the place, but we had the opportunity to see your family. We saw Lottie.
Lottie impressed. That was her acting. She was she was actually genuinely pissed off with me as well.
And then your wife, Sarah, your son. That's brilliant. No, that was well done, very well done. So GoPro on the ski as well, GoPro in your hands.
Yeah. I mean, it's what I do. That's my job. And I think I was thinking that I should be out there doing this. This is what I would be doing. I would be filming stuff. And I had a few more POV runs I should have done. And I just thought, why don't I just do it in the house? And that was where that came from. I think I feel that a little bit more since in the weeks since.
Exactly. And now we got Herman, the guy we were talking before.
Hey.
Herman from Tercastro here. How's the guitar playing? Very musical family.
Yeah.
Really?
Guitar playing's going okay. Guitar playing's going okay, but Lottie's way better than I am. Lottie's still, she still sings and plays guitar. She's actually at drama school right now. Not right now because she's off, but Rose Bruford is the drama school she's at. And it's been difficult for them because if you're doing drama, you're supposed to be in physical contact with your people that you're acting with, and they've been doing it all online. They've been doing like Zoom, drama lessons.
Yeah, I got a lot of my friends actors to do monologue.
Yeah.
No, it's tough. It's tough for Lottie, but that's good. That's good. So now, talking about also acting and stuff like that. You, Graham, you do also evenings. You go around the country, and so we can book you. In theory, we can have you as a guest or as a.
I do public appearances, speaking. I've hosted many events as well, and that's something that I do over the years. Mostly kind of in the autumn time as we lead up to the winter season. So that's kind of one of the other things that I get up to.
is there a if we want to be in touch with you, is there a website or is there an agent?
Yeah, no, I've got my website. Graham-bell.com. That's my website. And yeah, you can contact me through that. I've also got a business importing Skiers Edge. I don't know if you've got that as well, but that's another way of getting hold of me.
Exactly. Now you're jumping to Skiers Edge. Stay there. Let me see if I got the correct thing. Let's see another video.
Yes,
actually,
I've been importing them since 2003 into the UK. They're all made in Salt Lake City, and it's the most ski-specific training that you can do, and it's non-impact as well. So, and it's very good for doing that kind of anaerobic HIIT, high-intensity workout.
Exactly.
And
now when I see the video, because I remember.
And Andy Murray's done us a real solid favor because he used it for his hip recovery. So it's not just for skiers. It's anyone who has that kind of lateral movement. I know that in the States there's a lot of ice hockey players that are using it, and I think more ice hockey teams. There's a lot of ice hockey players in the States, and it's something that they're using a lot as well. So it's got that lateral movement that you don't really get in any other gym machine.
No, that's true, because I remember now watching the videos that because I saw you another time in Birmingham. That's it. Because I went to Birmingham to the snow show, and you were in the promoting the
Skiers Edge. Yeah,
you're right. You're right. No, looks good. Looks very, very good. So and also there's a website, Skiers. Can you tell me the website?
UK. There's one, skiersedge.com is the American one. Skiersedge.co.uk is our website. So if you're interested in getting fit for the winter season, there's nothing better.
We've got plenty of time now. So put in the living room. That's it. You can go watching the repeat of Ski Sunday or High Altitude. Is there High Altitude on iPlayer? I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, the trouble we got is the rights to put it on the website, because we're showing the live sport or
True.
rights owned sport. We have sometimes it goes onto iPlayer, but you've got to have you've got to be in the right country to watch it. Unless you've got a VPN.
Yeah, exactly. Change it. Oh, another one I've got. Why you were here?
Oh no, that was just before we went sailing. So when would that have been? 2015. When was it? 2015. I was basically offered a spot on the Clipper race on the Great Britain boat, and I was going to do leg one from Liverpool to Uruguay, and so I did my training. I know a little bit about sailing, but not a lot. And we trained up for it, and we got because we were the Great Britain boat, we got invited round to Downing Street before we left, which is pretty cool.
That's very cool.
That was when Theresa May was
the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
True. Well done. I didn't know you were.
I saw her walking in Henley while lockdown was on. And she was walking along, and she was actually walking towards us, and I was out walking with Louis, and I felt like saying, "Look, Theresa, there's a field of wheat over there. You can go run through it."
Well, you didn't.
I didn't know. The bodyguards looked a bit big.
Yeah, maybe.
The guys were lurking behind.
During your life and commentating and going around the world seeing the World Cups, you saw a few people. I got some photos with you and some people, but this one was in Pila, in my region.
Yeah, that was the ski test. That was the ski test. I think not this winter. The winter before with Glenn Blake with his Alans. Yeah, he's a nice guy,
Exactly. It looks like it. Yeah. Another one ago, we were talking before going live about Fogarty.
Oh yes, yeah. No, he's a nice guy. He's a good skier as well. He should have come on the jump. I was trying to convince him to come on the jump, but we never managed to get him on. I think that was at a Triumph event. So I ride a motorbike as well. So
God, you do everything.
Like Foggy.
And then I got a photo when you are quite happy, but maybe you know the guy. I don't know, but tell me what's going on here.
No, this is it. This is the Triumph event. That was the same night. So this is the vaccines. So the vaccines were playing, and we were like right at the very, very, very front. It was like one of those personal gigs. Yeah. So that night it was a good night.
That's why you're so happy. That's what I was thinking. That was very, very good. But I got a few more photos. Let's see what I've got here. Relaxing photo. Now, this one, when I was looking at your photos, I was thinking you were singing, but then I saw the photo properly and I read the descriptions. You were not singing, because I don't think your singing partner was happy to do that.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
It's not a singing competition.
The world's greatest explorer. That was the ski show this year, wasn't it?
It looks like it's quite recent.
Yeah, last winter. Yeah.
God, yeah. That's good. No, he's not singing with Sir Fine.
Ranulph Fiennes.
Exactly.
He's a very interesting character. Very interesting character.
I'll be very happy to meet him because he's quite a powerful person. So wow, what he did, Jesus, is incredible. And then I've got another one. Probably Ed was with you and the crew for High Altitude or Ski Sunday. I don't know, but you had some time. that was a relaxing time.
Okay, I'm drinking Alaskan, so obviously that Alaskan beer, and that was, I think we were going to do it for High Altitude Series 2, and it was an event called the Arctic Man, and it's basically a ski race and a snowmobile race all combined in one. And the idea is you do it's about a minute downhill, but you don't have any poles. You just do it kind of free hands. And as you come out onto the flat at the bottom of the first downhill, you're probably doing, 50, 60 miles an hour. There's a kind of flat section where your teammate then rides along next to you in a snowmobile and hands you a water ski handle with a rope. And then the teammate on the snowmobile then hits the throttle and you hang on the back of the snowmobile being towed, and then you go pick up some more speed. You get up to around about 70 miles an hour and then start to climb this hill on the other side. You get to the top of the hill and then you release the snowmobile, and then there's another kind of 30 seconds of descent. And it's a fun event. But it's basically this huge snowmobile festival in Alaska. And there was, when we were there, I think there was 10,000 spectators or 10,000 people at this huge camp. There was about 3,000 or 4,000 snowmobiles, and there's various different other contests as well. So it was just snowmobiles just all the time, just rang, 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 rang. I mean, it was kind of like proper redneck snowmobile heaven. There were guys doing backflips. They were going out. There was a high mark contest where they ride the snowmobiles up, see how high they can get before they have to kind of turn them and go back down again. There was drag racing in the evenings. And it was just, one of those crazy places. Yeah.
Now, I give you, and I ask you questions about during your, because guys, you're watching now, but Graham Bell did 5 Winter Olympics. So it's a pretty remarkable thing, Graham. So 5 Winter Olympics is fantastic. And you skied in every single track, the world track.
Pretty much.
It's challenging, but which one is most challenging for you? The Kitzbühel, or is there another track, another ski run?
No, I think the Hahnenkamm Kitzbühel is definitely the most challenging because it's the biggest race as well. There's a few tracks that have been tough. Bormio is always a difficult track because whenever they race there, it always seems to be middle of the winter, like end of December, and it's north facing, so it's really dark down the bottom. And there's one section where you've come over. The San Pietro jump, and you're actually in the sunlight, and the sunlight makes it worse because when it's overcast, when it's an overcast cloudy day, it's not as bad, but when you go from the bright sun along this flat and your eyes are fully adjusted to the sun, and then you go screaming onto this finish pitch that's just dark, and there's always going to be about half a second to a second for your eyes to fully adjust. And there's one section where you just can't see a thing. So Bormio can be tough, but nothing really, compares to the kind of atmosphere of the Hahnenkamm Kitzbühel.
It's a spectacular thing. One run I really like to watch as a spectator, Wengen. I like a lot to watch as well.
Yeah, it's an interesting track, and it's very, very technical. Make a mistake, and you can't get it back. Whereas in Kitzbühel, you can make a mistake and, you can recover because it's so steep, you immediately catch some more speed again. Whereas in Wengen, all the difficult turns are on the flat. So you make the mistake on one of them and then you carry no speed out, and that's your race done. And it's long as well. And there's lots of opportunity to mess up.
God, absolutely. Talk about Wengen. There was, when we did the Monte Rosa ski rider in Gressoney, during few weeks later in Wengen, they do the Inferno. Have you done that?
Across the valley from Wengen in Murren.
Murren. You're right. Yeah. Did you be there? Did you do it?
I've never done it because it always clashes with Kitzbühel, with Hahnenkamm. So I've never been to the Inferno, but I've heard about it. And actually we sent Shemi to it last year. So Shemi did it for Sunday last winter.
I wanted to do it. Because they're all dressing up. It's huge. I don't know how many participants. It's thousands.
Yeah, there's an uphill section, which always kind of put me off as well, to be fair. You actually have to. Yeah. So you're doing it with downhill skis with a race suit, but you will have cross-country poles for the uphill. I
didn't know there was an uphill.
Yeah, scary. Yeah, the uphill, that would really, too much hard work there.
Exactly. We are skiers. I didn't know about that. But yeah, it was very, very, I liked it. I liked the idea to go there. Dressing up, they are dressing up as bananas. They're crazy people doing that competition. But hey. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. One crazy photo for you, and now we are getting there to the end. That is pretty good.
Rock cliffs, not bombs.
Hey, that's pretty good. Bloody hell. Well done, Graham. Jesus. I know, you still a guy. And I don't know why I've got back. I'll go, you with para. You're a crazy guy. You are a daredevil. What you didn't do, you do everything. So,
yeah, I'd like to do more flying. I'd like to do more. Now, obviously, I'm tandem there, but I'd like to do more speed riding on my own, learning to fly properly.
Okay.
That would be a nice little thing to do.
Yeah, you could. Let's see what I've got next. Are you jumping around still? I don't know what you were training here, but some balance.
So slacklining. I've got a slackline in my back garden as well. So
really,
yeah, you can never go wrong with a bit of slacklining. That's the Lux Freestyle Academy. It's a big foam pit, and you can, so they've got a ski jump, snowboard jump into the foam pit. So it's actually pretty cool because you can virtually not hurt yourself in the foam pit. Although having said that, Ed did manage to break a rib. The only way you can hurt yourself in a foam pit is if you miss the pit.
And he missed a bit.
Yeah. Caught an edge on the kicker, and he went off at 45 degrees and then ended up landing right on the edge of the foam pit.
Oh, poor Ed.
It wasn't a good day for Ed, that one.
No, good for you probably. You laughed a lot.
Well, yeah, it was painful to watch.
Oh, poor Ed.
Even more painful, I guess, if it was happening to you.
Yeah, it is. Now, do you have any plans for the next few months, apart from this coronavirus thing? But is something in the pipeline?
Well, my whole summer was planned around the Summer Olympics. So, I was going to be going out and commentating for Olympic Broadcast Service for the Olympic Channel. And my sports were fencing, which I've worked on since London 2012. And I've done quite a lot of work on fencing. And I was also going to pick up skateboarding and work as lead commentator on the skateboarding and BMX freestyle as well. So, disappointed that none of that has kind of come off this year. But, we're waiting to see what happens with the fencing, because they were halfway through their Olympic selection when the competitions kind of shut down. Most of the athletes and most of the teams have been selected, but there's still a few more competitions that they've got to run still so that they can finish their Olympic selection process. And it's just a question of when that all starts up again. Hopefully it'll start in the autumn, and hopefully we'll start to get some some sport back up underway. I mean, I think that the rich sports, the Formula One is restarting in Austria, and then hopefully in Silverstone they're going to do. The plan is, from what I heard, they were going to do 2 back-to-back in Austria, lock everyone down, test everyone, stay in controlled hotels, and then do 2 races in Austria, and then come over to Silverstone and do the same thing and do 2 back-to-back races in Silverstone, but with no spectators, just for television. And then obviously we've got the Premier League that are going to restart. But, these are the richest sports in the world, and they can afford to test everyone and everyone who's involved, from the cameramen to, to the guys who clean the boots. They can test everyone who's involved, with poorer Olympic sports, it's much harder to get things up and running. And a sport like fencing is truly international. You've got Americans, you've got Brazilians, you've got
Italians a lot,
Chinese, Russians, and you're going to have them all come together. I mean, which country is going to want athletes from everywhere descending on them to have an international meet? And I think to get, I don't know how it's going to evolve over the next few weeks, over the next few months, but I think maybe I think that testing is have to come in a lot more as well in order to kind of to start traveling again. You're going to either have to have a recent swab test, or you're going to have an antibody test that says you've had it, and
no risk.
Whether they accept that as a way of kind of allowing you to travel. So we'll see. But right now, I've got my wall planner up behind me there, and I've got nothing on it until January. So I'm just. If anyone wants any jobs done around the house, I'm quite handy. I'm building this barbecue. I'm doing a bit of welding.
True. No, that's good. That's brilliant. Yeah, of course, Graham. Now, one more thing, and then I'll let you go about skiing. I know you are part of different skiing. Wikipedia, Graham, Wikipedia. Are you still part of the, you do charities? You're quite involved in charities?
Yeah, there's a couple of charities that I work with most. I mean, Snow Camp is the number one that I work with.
Exactly.
The charity for inner city young people to get them, to use snow sports to
disability is no sport. Yeah. Disability is no sport.
Give them a pathway out.
Ah, that's cool. That's cool. Do you think skiing, now we're talking about poor sports, and then I said we are going, but poor sports skiing in Italy is the same. So there is no money in skiing. So kids, when they want to try to go to skiing, it's tough. It's tough. The schools are not helping. So what's the situation in the UK? So are you involved in these things, you, Graham?
Less than I was. I know it's difficult. I know it's much harder because the level is that much harder now. The level is higher, so there's more training required. But there's still, Dave Riding has shown that it is definitely possible to produce a skier from the UK that can get to the very top in the world. But you talk about money. The World Championships in Cortina have requested that they can delay for a year and not hold the World Championships. But I'm not sure if that is possible because there's the Beijing Olympics coming up in 2022. And
it's quite messy.
Championships and Olympic Games in the same year.
Cool.
So it's difficult times. Difficult times for everyone. I'm hoping that things will look up.
Brilliant. No, absolutely. Great. Remind me now, if we want to be in touch with you or hire you for evenings and stuff like that, where do we go?
So Graham/Bell.com is my website. And you can contact me through that or through Skier's Edge. So skiersedge.co.uk. That's
it. That is the other website for the little ski machine. So if you're interested in the ski machine, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Graham, honestly, 1 hour, we had a little chat. It's been lovely seeing you again. So
great to see you, yeah.
That would be cool. So we don't have any more agent. The agent we had together, I think they dropped me because I never heard from them anymore. The agency, the sports workshop agency.
Yeah.
I'm getting too old. That's it. But anyway, it would be lovely to see you in Italy or I don't know, or in another exhibition in the UK.
Yeah, hopefully catch you up in the autumn.
Or we can go ski somewhere.
Yeah. Hemel Snow Centre.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be around.
Yeah, it's true. Come to Wales. We got some drive slopes here. Exactly.
Yeah. Anything.
Fantastic. Graham, have a lovely week. And good luck with everything. Hope to see you soon.
Okay.
Ciao, Graham. Ciao. That was lovely. Graham Bell. Fantastic chap. 5 times Winter Olympian. Amazing guy. Guys, thank you. If you're watching through Facebook, click your like buttons here. If you're watching through YouTube, click the subscribe button here so you can receive some more alerts from Max Manganello and more when I upload more videos, which I will do this week. The videos are more about movies and TV series, but we do also other things. Guys, thank you very much. I'm still receiving messages. I've got Christine Lowen says, "Hi, Max and Graham. I'm sorry I'm late to the party. I was running." Don't worry, Christine. Luke Simmons, great chat. Thanks, Max. Thanks, Graham. Sorry, Luke. See you now. And Ed Faulkner says, great chat. Guys, thank you for watching. No worries. See you next week with other guests. I will put some posts during the week. And there's also an Italian version called Quattro Chiacchiere con Max, which I will interview Italian personalities. This Friday, I have a girl from my village, from Gressoney. Guys, have a lovely day and see you next week. Ciao, ciao.